Yes, guys, welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from in all parts of the world. Mikel Arteta, Stan Kroenke, and Edu and Vinay. There's a lot of pressure on the Arsenal management, probably, and other people we do not know. Of course, they made a very ridiculous statement, decision that they say they regret. Of course, they did pull out of the European Super League, but there is still a lot of pressure on Stan Kroenke. And what we are going to discuss in this video is it time? Is it the right time for Arsenal fans and the Arsenal community to push out Stan Kroenke after making this big mistake against football? You have the footballing community around. You have the footballing support from the Premier League, from Boris Johnson. Probably this is the right time to force Stan Kroenke to sell. And I think all the conditions, or wherever it's happening, if Arsenal fans and Liverpool and City and Chelsea, whoever want to force their management out, I think this is the right time. And that's what we're going to be speaking about in this video. So smash a like if you feel like Kroenke should leave Arsenal, and share with me what you think, who you think should be the next Arsenal boss, because that's a very big question, and that is where I'm going to start. When we say Kroenke goes, Kroenke needs to go, it's not as easy as sacking a manager. It's not as easy as sacking a CEO. It is as hard as getting a replacement, someone who's going to actually buy this club from Stan Kroenke. First and foremost, we're lucky because we have Dangote. I don't know what his motives are, and we don't know what Dangote's motives are. Probably he's pro football, probably he's pro Arsenal, or probably he also wants to make more money because he's looking at Arsenal as this big entity that is making a lot of money for Stan Kroenke, and Kroenke is actually not investing a lot and is getting a lot of money out of it. So he would love to have the same franchise, the same enterprise. So we don't know what the true colors of Dangote are until he gets Arsenal, until he buys the club, and then we can see, wow, these were the true colors of Dangote. He was never an Arsenal fan. He was never a football fan. Oh, he was truly an Arsenal fan. He was truly a football fan. So we don't know what actually is around. But at least we are lucky. We have someone who wants to buy the club. There are rumors that in May or June we could have talks and negotiations between Kroenke and Dangote to see if Kroenke sells the club to Dangote, or Dangote has the money to buy it. The club is valued at around 2.1 billion. Dangote is I think is valued around what 9 billion. So he has the money. He can buy the club. He has already expressed himself as someone who wants to buy the club, and probably wait to see if Kroenke and Dangote will meet in the summer. But the reason as to why I think this is the perfect time to force out Stan Kroenke is so easy. After what has happened, there is a lot of unrest in the fan base, in the players, in the ex-players, the ex-managers, and everyone. And on Friday, before the game against Everton, Arsenal fans will be just outside the Emirates Stadium. They'll be having a strike, Kroenke out strike, Kroenke out, whatever you want to call it, a riot, something. And that is where that is what makes a lot of sense, because right now, after Arsenal saying we want to destroy football because that's the decision, you come out and write and say, you know what, you've got to leave. Everybody's gonna be behind you. The government is gonna be behind you. The footballing world and footballing community is gonna be behind you. Nobody's gonna say that those are Arsenal issues, because they know if you leave Kroenke in, if you leave the Glazers in, what's gonna happen is at some point in time they're going to have to come back with another proposal. Just like the one they brought in, they're gonna say, okay, the Super League failed. Let us, bring this Magic League, or let us, bring something. So what you have to do is kick these people out of, these clubs, kick these people out of, out of football, and Kroenke could be forced to sell. The big reason as to why I think Kroenke might go, or he might decide to go, to get out of Arsenal, is quite clear. I think if you look at it around all the possible reasons he's around is money, and for the fact that he's that the Super League has failed, because it was his getaway plan, that because the Premier League is no longer giving me enough money, I'm finishing 8th and 9th, I'm no longer going to the Champions League, but I still want to make more money from Arsenal as a big club, and that's why I bought them, because I want more money. So what he decided to do is let me take the club to the European Super League. They'll give me 60 million or 50 million per year or 70 million per year. I'm not going to invest money there. The club will struggle and struggle and struggle. I don't care. I've signed 23 years. After the 23 years, probably then I could sell the club after making lots and lots of money. Now, by the fact that that has failed, Arsenal is not going to win the Europa League. I'm telling you, this is for fact, because I'm Arsenal fan. That's my opinion. You can tell me whatever you want, but I know we are not going to win the Europa League. So that means we are not playing Europa League football next season. We're not playing Champions League football next season. We are literally playing the Premier League, which we have finished 8th and 9th, in 2 consecutive seasons now. Next season we could finish around 10th or 11th. So there is no money for Stan Kroenke. However much UEFA is saying it's going to give more money to clubs in the Champions League, if that's the reason as to why these clubs backed out, Arsenal is not concerned with that money, because we have not gone to the Champions League for the last 4 years, and we're not going to go to the Champions League for the next 3-4 years when Stan Kroenke is still owner, because you can look at the way decisions are made at this club, and you're just very, very clear. The picture is very clear that Arsenal is not going to be involved in European football for the next 2 seasons or 3 seasons with Kroenke in. So I think it's going to be very, very disinteresting for him as Kroenke. He's going to look at it and it's going to be like, we have finished 9th. We are not getting enough money. The brands that are giving us money don't want to associate with us when we are finishing 8th, 9th without competing in any European cup. The club is going to be very, very disinteresting for him, because all he cares about is the money. If Arsenal is not making the money, there is no reason as to why he stays around. Probably then Dangote would come in and you have a possibility of him selling, and that's why I still believe if anyone wants Arsenal to be great again, probably let us stop buying the jerseys. Let us wear these. I don't know who made these. Yeah, but let us wear these. Let us stop putting on the Arsenal jerseys and buying those franchises there. Probably it could make some sense. Arsenal stops making the money. As soon as Kroenke, the Kroenkes go, we buy the merchandise again. This season, how many kits have they produced? Training kits. And I've seen people who have bought each and everything. I think 10 kits. Is it 9 kits? 10 kits? Training kits. And it's just the idea of making money, because they know they can compensate Adidas with the training kits, and Adidas is going to give them probably 100 million per year or anything that they give them, and they walk away with that. So I think it's the perfect time for Kroenke to go. It's the perfect time that the message will be heard. Nobody's gonna say, why are Arsenal fans striking? Why are Arsenal fans saying Kroenke out? What has he done? Now that he has tried to hurt football, everybody's gonna be around. Everybody's gonna support us. So probably that is the time for Kroenke out. He could be forced to sell this club, but the question is who comes in. There must be a very clear policy that whoever comes in to buy the club takes at least 60% or 55% of the club, so that they don't have these overwhelming powers to drown the club and drown football, because that's what the big giants in football just did 4 days ago. They decided that the fans don't matter. Nothing matters apart from the money in football. So they decided to introduce American soccer in football, the American style. And the good thing is they were kicked out. But anyway, what do you think about Kroenke and the perfect timing? Because I think for me that it is just the perfect timing. He's going to go. He's going to leave. It's just the perfect timing. Till next time, we shall speak very, very soon.